It is so simple to travel in China than anywhere else in the world. Even for foreign tourists, especially what I mean is transportation, high-speedway train. If you took a flight from Beijing, for example, to Shanghai, and it took like 2 hours, but if you take a train, it's just 4 hours and a half, yeah, to Shanghai. This is just for example.
Today, I'm traveling from Beijing to Shanghai for a business trip, and instead of flying, I'm taking China's high-speed train, so I thought this would be a perfect chance to show you exactly what the experience is like from leaving my home in Beijing to arriving in Shanghai. If this is your first time traveling in China, taking a high-speed train may look a little complicated at first, but actually it is surprisingly easy. I'm starting my journey at home and taking a taxi directly to Beijing South Railway Station. Beijing to Shanghai is one of the busiest high-speed rail routes in China. The fastest trains take around 4.5 hours. A flight itself takes around 2 hours, but of course, with flying, you also need to think about getting to the airport, checking in, security, boarding, and waiting for your luggage after landing. This is one reason why many people in China prefer the train for trips like this. You arrive at the station, get on the train, sit down, and a few hours later, you are in another city. And here we are, Beijing South Railway Station. If this is your first time here, the size of the station might surprise you. Chinese railway stations can be huge, especially in major cities like Beijing, Shanghai, and Guangzhou. But don't worry, the process is actually very organized. The first thing you need is your passport. Train tickets in China are linked to your identity, so foreign travelers normally use their passport when entering the station and boarding the train. After entering, everyone goes through a security check. Your bags go through the scanner, very similar to what you would see at an airport, but usually much faster. And that's it. I'm inside the station. No printed ticket in my hand, no complicated check and process. Now I just need to find my train and my boarding gate. Once you are inside, look at the departure board and find your train number. My train today is going from Beijing South to Shanghai Hongqiao. On your ticket or booking confirmation, you will see your train number, departure time, seat number, and boarding information. Then simply follow the signs to your gate. Most major railway stations have signs in both Chinese and English, so even if you don't speak Chinese, it is usually quite easy to find your way around. And this is something that surprises many first-time visitors, just how busy these stations are. China has many very large cities, and huge numbers of people travel between them every day. High-speed rail has become part of everyday life here. People use it for business trips, weekends away, visiting family, and even short trips between nearby cities. Once you understand the system, a station this big starts to feel much simpler. When boarding starts, your gate will open and passengers begin going through. As a foreign traveler, keep your passport ready. After that, simply follow the signs to the platform and look for your carriage number. Today, I booked a first-class seat. Chinese high-speed trains normally offer several seating options. Second class is the most common and the most affordable choice. The seats are comfortable, and for most travelers, second class is absolutely fine. Even for a journey of several hours. First class gives you more space, wider seats, fewer people in each row, and generally a quieter experience. That's what I chose for today's 4.5-hour trip to Shanghai. My ticket was around €100 for this journey. Then there is business class. This is the premium option. The seats are much larger, they can recline much further, and the whole experience is closer to business class on an airplane. Of course, it is also much more expensive. So for most tourists, I would say second class is perfectly comfortable. If you want some extra space for a longer journey, first class is a very nice upgrade. One thing I really like about traveling by train is that once I sit down, I can immediately relax. I can work, read, have something to eat, watch the scenery outside, or simply sleep. There is no need to switch off your laptop for takeoff, and there is no luggage collection when you arrive. You simply get off the train and continue your journey.
My advice for first-time visitors in China: first, book train tickets early during holidays. Always arrive 40 minutes early. Bring passport all the time. Download translation apps. Last one. Don't miss the experience.
And now we are on our way to Shanghai. Beijing and Shanghai are more than 1,000 kilometers apart, but today I can leave Beijing in the morning and be in Shanghai a few hours later. For the dates I was traveling, my first-class train ticket was around 100 euros. A flight could cost around 200 euros, although of course prices change depending on the date and time. The flight itself may be faster, around 2 hours, but the train has one big advantage: convenience. You travel from one major city directly to another without the long airport process, and during the journey, you have several hours of uninterrupted time to work, rest, or simply enjoy the view. This is why high-speed rail has changed the way people travel in China. Cities that once felt far away now feel much closer. Business trips can be done in a day. Weekend travel is easier. Families and friends can see each other more often. And for visitors, it means you can explore much more of China without taking a flight every time. 4.5 hours after leaving Beijing, we are arriving at Shanghai Hongqiao Railway Station. Beijing to Shanghai, city to city. Simple, comfortable, and incredibly convenient.